Hello everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. No astrology for today though. I have a list of the 5 that I was wondering if they'll go to prison or not for election interference, election fraud, whatever. And this one today is devoted to Rudy Giuliani. Oh man. So, anyway, let me swap out cameras here, stop blabbing, and bring you over my table. Hold on. Okay, so as to save a little time, I already have the cards all shuffled and spread. I just have to draw them out. So for Rudy's future, legal future, Rudy Giuliani. I just got lost in his head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what I thought. 7. Okay. This guy is like the epitome of arrogance. Five, 6, and 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I do that right? 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So what I was feeling in his consciousness or lack of is arrogance and a whole lot of booze. Like, just, that's it, just booze. I think he's a, what do they call those when they're like high functioning, although probably not anymore. Oh, there's his, I don't know that he has a wife anymore, but whoever the woman is, maybe she's been an informant. That's, yeah, man. Wow. Yeah, so anyway, I get the feeling he's one of those, used to be a high-functioning alcoholic, but I think he's no longer functioning well at all. And it's just the drink. This self-destruction through alcohol is what I'm getting there. And here he is. Woohoo! There's Jack Smith. Yeah, and this is what I was feeling when I was tapping into his head. Arrogance, but then this other part of him that just is very, is creating crisis in his life and is psychologically very, compromised, incompetent, he's a big mess. Oh yeah, and then there's the health. Wow. I do remember looking at his natal birth chart. It's out there if any of you astrologers want to look it up. Just make sure you go for the one on astro.com, not myastro.com. There's all these, websites trying to be first up in the list. Only it's Astrodienst, but they changed the name to astro.com because nobody could remember which way to put in the Dienst, Is it D-I or D-E? But anyway, I do remember his south node was at a very late degree Pluto. I'm sorry, Capricorn, which Pluto is on right now. Oh my God. And as I do this reading, I think we might be having Sun conjunct Pluto. Mercury's not retrograde anymore and it's going towards, so that'll bring through something. Anyway, okay, so these first few cards, or actually I'm going to go with the first 4. I don't know who this younger woman is in his life. I know he has a son. I don't know if he has a daughter. I know he's been married, I think, 4 times, and I don't know that his current wife or is a current wife anymore. He may have been divorced 4 times. I'm not sure about that. I haven't kept up because he's like really gross and I don't care. Anyway, whoever she is, she has some documents, communication, text, emails, whatever, that could really bring him down. And she just might be willing to release those because I think there's been a younger woman, probably many, 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 many younger women in his life. I do remember watching that Barat, satire of a movie with Rudy, where they, they honey-potted him basically. Basically, he's laying back on the bed, sticking his hand down his pants, telling her different things. And meanwhile, she filmed him. They filmed him. It's like the dumbest of the dumb, right? Anyway, so 4 corners. He's in crisis. He's feeling helpless. He's depressed. He can't really concentrate, but he's also a big fat ignoramus. And then again with the wife, bringing something down on him that he, it's like, ruh-roh, he doesn't want to get that. And then over here to this other corner, to frame it in, we have rules and regulations as to treason, as to, remember, this is the guy who was in Ukraine trying to get Zelensky to flip when, way before the war, trying to get Zelensky to give some fake information about Trump or against Biden maybe? I can't remember exactly all the details, but I just remember he was over there, and it was it came to me in dream time that it was Dmitry Firtash who paid the $325,000 that went to Lev Fruman, or was it Igor Fruman and Lev? Oh, I can't remember their names. One of them was Fruman, but anyway, Igor and Lev. You guys could probably remember. I remember Rachel Maddow interviewing. Was it Igor? Maybe both of them and then one. I can't remember. She did a couple interviews, but all about that time that was happening. I woke up from a dream, hearing that that night after that interview. I woke up in the morning hearing Dmitry Firtash funded Lev and Igor. I was like, whoa, okay. So it was Rudy's doing that, that his big plan that created the whole, the reason that Trump got impeached for the second time. He should have been removed, but no. So I think that was 2017. So Rudy was behind all that with Lev and Igor. And so I'm pretty sure that this is Jack Smith, who has all those details, who's been working on it really hard, that will end Rudy for his lies and corruption and deceit. And there's also some other younger man that I think, a little younger than Rudy, who had the same ambitions and who did all the work and toil and, the labor to get it together. I mean, it's all right here as far as the details. And then this is Rudy's terrible bad health. I don't think that this is just a down patch for him. I think it's his bad health. But because of this card up here, hanging over his head and the bad health, I don't know that he'll do any prison time, because I think he'll end up here first. And here's the money that was received again, you know, for Lev and Igor, like Rudy was the go-through. And remember Rudy in that phone call with Trump and about Yovanovitch, and he was saying, oh, well, she's going to go through some things. Remember all that? That was all about that time. That's what I'm seeing here. That whole, this $9 spread is all about that. It's been going on for a long time. The ambition's been there. To Rudy, this could be Trump right here. Rudy trying to support. Yeah, getting the details for Trump. Ruh-roh. It's not working anymore. And to Trump, he's just like a little nobody now, is what I'm getting with this. Then again, there's a possibility this has something to do with Rudy's son. Because of this knighting here. Yeah, wow. Oh well, he's an idiot too. Looks just like him. I mean, he's, yeah, that guy's really awful. So, but anyway, Rudy's honor, reputation is just toast. And it has been for a long time. And that will be his, like, destiny. This, like, development of problems. Look at this knighting here. He's been dying for a long time inside. Wow. It's like the destruction of a soul. And you know how it works. It's like your spirit will take you out if you're just that bad for that long and you're not doing your... I don't know. I guess maybe he wasn't meant to die in prison, because I'm not seeing any imprisonment cards here. But let's look. We have the gift. So visitors. To create the change in the plans. Yeah. I have a feeling, yeah, this is all, I feel like it's all tied to that. This goes back even further than this, just this interference with elections that Jeffrey Clark and, you know, John Eastman and Mark Meadows are involved with. And, you know, Lindsey Graham in Georgia. Because he's been in on it for so long. And he's been the one that has gone back and forth. That's the visitors, the visits, and the back and forth. And the plans and the strategy. And all of that has been examined and will be examined even more. And I'm sure that Jack Smith is, I mean, just look at this. Here's all we really need to focus in on. The rest of it is just proving the backstory here about the money getting paid, you know, for doing everything, and that will be the end of his reputation. We already know it. Here's the other, yeah, all these like stages of plans, but then this line right here, this and this whole 9 box here, this is Jack Smith and the DOJ, Merrick Garland, you know, coming down on him. And but yeah, I would guess, being Rudy, I'm thinking that if he doesn't die before it's all done, it's also because he's flipped. Because he's looking forward to, so behind him, you know, it's like he has this abundance of information. You know, the information's here. This could be an attorney that has advised him. He's already lost, I think, or is in the process of losing his own law license. So he's done. You know, he's ruined himself. And I think he's pushing 80, isn't he? Something like that. So, yeah, hold on, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, that's right. The abundance of information that, you know, he's had at his back and all the money that he's received. I mean, this is truly it's not like just a ka-ching and you get it suddenly. I don't know why Chiro designed this card this way, because this card is actually like, you know, what you've done, what you've worked for over years and years and years. It's your, but it can be, it's sometimes our, you know, inheritance card, and sometimes it's our, you know, gambling or willing to risk. But it's also, you know, it's also what you've worked for. And he's worked for getting the details. You know, this is him and all that work going to Ukraine and trying to get Zelensky to do his thing, and Zelensky said no. And him lining up all the meetings over and over, all these little starts, and then actually getting some unexpected income, you know, or trying to get the income coming through and keep it, you know, washing through the hands. This whole, you know, this whole line here too kind of brings me into RICO charges, because we've got money laundering and at the heart of it, and the teamwork and children, and I mean, it's just heartbreaking. He's worked on that for years, and that's what will end him, and he deserves it. This is someone who doesn't care anything about anyone other than money. Yeah. So, okay. Well, that's all I have for Rudy. Yuck. Take care, you guys. Bye.